Okay, so this is a little video demonstrating the product that I've built. It's called the Xek One. That's Xek. This is not the finished front panel. The front panel is going to be chrome with some graphics across here. This is just in steel at the minute. It's just a prototype. What you've got is an encoder dial here, which is clickable. Just exit out of that for a minute. We have a 480x320 2.8 inch screen. It's full RGB and it's capacitive touch. And then we have 16 programmable RGB buttons, so they can light up in a number of colours. And the way this works is if you want to edit what any of these buttons do, or what CC values this will send out, or how your encoder works while you're in the operating screen, you click on here, which takes you to your editing screen. Now anything that you want to edit, you just click on. So if you want to edit one of these buttons, we'll click on the button we want to edit. It says press screen for XY, or press any pad to edit. So you can press any pad to edit it, and then you press screen to edit your XY screen. So if we start with screen, so you can see you can set your MIDI channel, your YCC number and your XCC number. So your YCC number will set your value going up and down here to what CC channel you want that to be sent out at, and it sends a value of 0 to 127. The XCC is across your horizontal. Again, you set your CC channel. Now everything can have its own MIDI channel, up to 16 channels obviously, as that's MIDI. So that button can say be operating something on MIDI channel 1, that can be operating something on MIDI channel 2, this one could be operating on all, like you just set your, so you could have these set triggering something in your multi-effects processor, and these could be talking to a drum machine or a synth. So in order to edit them, when you're on the right one, you click on and it'll go green, and then you just turn the encoder in order to set what channel you want it to be. Click on it to come out, and then that's loaded in. I'm using my left hand here, so I'm a bit awkward. Set your CC number, so we'll have that as channel 127. Set that at 126, and then when we've edited that, we can come out by clicking on screen again. And you say we're in loaded 1, and is it saved? No. There's up to 10 channels that you can load, and if you click on that and then click on it again, see it says yeah. Now number 1 is loaded, and if you click on that, because it's green, if we move up, see 2's not saved, 3's not got anything saved in it, 4's not got anything saved in it. So as soon as you've saved something in it, then that'll go green to indicate, and the saved will say yes. Once you unplug it and plug it back in, everything's saved. Saves it to what's called EEPROM. So now if we edit one of these buttons, so that takes you to your function channel screen, and you can press the button again to exit. So you see there's nothing lit up. It lights up white to let you know that that's the one you're editing at the minute. So we've got program change. So if you click on this and have that as program change, again MIDI channel number, that can be independent on every button. And with the program number, it'll send a program change of a value from 1 to 127, but if you go past 127, you then have up and down. So we set that one to down, click out of this to come out of there. You can see that's blue now, and the reason that being is that your program change buttons are blue. So that gives you an indication of what your buttons have done when you've set them up. So we could set that one to up and come out of that, exit out of there, and then when we click on this it just clicks white, so that's the one you're pressing. So that would be sending a program down on MIDI channel 1. This would be sending a program up, MIDI channel 1, so you could use that for switching between presets you've got on your multi-effects pedals, or switching between synths, just switching between any presets you've made up on anything that'll take in MIDI. Go back to the edit, and again I can save that into one, and that's now saved there. So if we go through these, and as you scan through, see that's come off, and we'll go back into one. So they load up pretty quickly. So you could have different loaded presets for different tracks. As I say, it'll load up to 10. It'll say you can save up to 10 presets in here that you've set up. It uses a USB-B plug. So I'll just show you that quickly on the bottom of the guitar. You can plug that into a MIDI converter if anything uses MIDI DIN. So there's things like effects switches can be used for that, or can be used for any multi-effects processors, any amp emulators, just anything that likes that MIDI. But as I say, it does run off a MIDI USB, so if it's MIDI DIN that you think you'd need a MIDI USB to DIN converter. So if we edit another channel now, and we have MIDI CC values. So again, you set the MIDI channel, and we can set the CC number of that. So let's say we're going to go on CC control channel 1, and the value, and let's say we're just going to do 127, and it's not latched. We'll leave that as not latched. So if we come out of there, you see that's in yellow to let you know that it's a CC. And when it's not latched, you see that it goes white and it goes immediately to yellow. So what's happening there is when you've pressed it, it sent 127 value. When you release, it sends a 0 value. So it's almost like a on, off. Operates as a button. Now if we go back into there, and set that as being latched, yes, come out of there, come out of there. Now when you press it and you come away, you see it stays lit. So it sent the 127 value on that control channel, and then when you press it again, that's when it sends the 0 value on that control channel. So that's good for if you're wanting to say use anything as mute groups, or yeah, I pretty much say that's pretty much what you'd use that for. Anything that you want to sort of come on and then come off. Now I'll just set up a VST instrument on my computer for the next stages. So I'll just set up FM8. Okay. And I'll just get a sound, it's a constant sound. So now if we go back into edit again, edit this one. So we have CC, and then we have Midi Note. Put that onto MIDI channel 1, and put the velocity at 127, and as we're choosing the notes, it actually sends the MIDI bites across so that you can monitor the notes as you choose them. And again, we'll have that as not latched. So if I press that button to exit, again you can see that that's gone purple to let you know that that's a MIDI note. Exit out there, and now you see it. So when you press it, plays it. When you release it, releases it. So that can be good for, like, if you want to play some drums or just playing sort of MIDI notes as a keypad. It's not velocity sensitive. It just these are just basically buttons. It's more meant for just triggering things than it is playing as a drum pad. Reason I chose to go for non-velocity sensitive is it's more to be used as a controller for multi effects than it is to be a MIDI keyboard or drum pad. These are just as the pads are there and they can be used in that way, I might as well have put it on, but it's not like intended for that function, so they're not velocity sensitive. Then we also have scaled note. Now that, actually, let's just come out of there first because I forgot to show you that again with this we can also set that to latched and unlatched. So if we set that to latched now, that just holds that note and then it stops it when you press it again. So that allows you to have a drone or something like that playing in background, playing while you're playing your guitar that you can trigger. And what we also have is scaled note. Now this is kind of for people who aren't that au fait with music theory. They can set the key. All the keys are in the major, because every major has a relative minor, so they're just in majors, and you can look up what the relative minor is if you're playing in a minor key. So if we just choose a key there, so let's say D sharp major, and again put the velocity to 127. And you'll hear as we go through the notes now, it'll actually go up in key. Again, that's got latched and unlatched that works in the same way. And then we have amp control. Now, what amp control does, is if we add it into there, again you've got the MIDI channel that again is independent. So as you can see, you've got volume CC, gain CC, bass CC, middle tree CC, treble and reverb. You can set what control channel number you want that to be, and once you've set them in and you come out of there into the main screen, you see that when you press this, it round robins through the options. So if we were to, whatever we've set the CC channel to on gain, if you set that on your multi-effects processor as being the gain adjuster, so set them so they've got the same CC. When you move your encoder, that'll be then adjusting your gain. You do it with it all, and then as you round robin up this, so then you could adjust your bass, you could adjust your middle, adjust your treble, adjust your reverb, and then you're back to your volume again. Then we have finally control, CTL control. This works exactly the same as the amp one did, but these are not named. You have CTL1, CTL2, CTL3, CTL4, CTL5 and CTL6, Again, you can assign your control channel that's going to send the value through. And what these are for is for if you want to assign any of them to, let's say, your delay time or your feedback amount, any effects that you've got, you can assign to them control channels, and then you can control them direct from here. And then of course you have your XY pad, and that leaves a hairpin to let you know where you were before. A lot of these XY pads for effects, you've no kind of real idea of where you last left off, but by having this hairpin you can just quickly go back and edit from where you were rather than making a big jump. So yeah, so that's it altogether. You do need to get your guitar routed out in order to install it, and the unit sits around 2 centimeters deep, and it's kind of like thus wide, where you can see these bolts, so you've got an area around the edge to kind of screw that into your guitar. I have actually routed mine so that mine sits relatively flush in my guitar. Mine's installed onto a Jaguar Tele, as they have like quite a lot of room on bottom. So I would advise pretty much installing into one of this like this type of body. It does fit into the bottom of a Telecaster as well, really kind of like close to bass. But yeah, you would need to get a luthier to route them out. I have there's a guitar and bass build, a company that makes guitar bodies and necks, are in near Skegness, have agreed that they will sell bodies with it already pre-routed once I've launched this. So anyone interested in buying a guitar with it already pre-installed, it's not a fully finished guitar. You'd have a neck and a body, and you would need to finish the body and finish the neck, but the bodies are made to standard sizes, so if you were to buy a T-style body, it'd fit any T-style neck. An offset body would fit any offset neck. It won't fit in like a Strat type, or I've not really tried it in any other guitars than a T shape and an offset. So these are their guitars that I would advise installing one of these into. So yeah, that's the Xek One.